Oh, Captain Lewis.
Your secretary said you might be home early.
Now, what do you want?
Some answers to a few questions about Alan Quartermaine.
All done.
Did you hear Jonah come back from school?
No, I didn't.
I better go check on him. If he's brought a gang home, I'll have to lay out some food.
What are you doing here? I'm sorry, Charity. Excuse me, sir. I thought for a moment that this gentleman was this bum that came in here yesterday just looking for a handout. I apologize to you. I didn't mean to be rude.
That's all right. Simon?
Yes, sir, that's my name.
May we help you?
Well, actually, I'm a tourist. I was driving through town. I thought maybe I'd stop and have a cool drink.
Well, welcome to Pawtauck. My name's Charity, and this is Simon Alexander. Well, we hope you stay a while and don't just drive through.
Although there really isn't all that much for your average sightseer in this town.
Well, there's a revolutionary graveyard.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Anyway, just take your time going through our town.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Simon, would you take care of this gentleman's cold drink? I'm just going to check on Jonah, okay?
Sure, fine.
Thanks.
Why did you warn me you were coming here? You could have blown my cover.
Simon, huh?
What are you doing here?
Edward and I want to know what the hell is going on here.
I am doing what I said I was going to do. That's what's going on here. Now get out of here.
What about my cold drink?
Here.
You didn't even ask me what I wanted. Some service, huh?
It's on the house. Now beat it, will you?
Edward and I got the feeling that, you don't care what's going on in Port Charles.
Look, I got about all I can handle, just being Simon Alexander. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, can you help me, please?
Oh, for this, I think you better wait for Charity. Would you mind coming back a little later?
Of course I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
We've also got the feeling that, you like it here. And you're in no hurry to come back home.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't act dumb with me, Alan. Listen to me, I'm your half-brother. I was watching you through that window. You seem real at home here.
I'm just giving a great performance, that's all.
Yeah. She's a real nice lady. Pretty, too.
What are you talking about?
Charity.
You just leave her out of this. She's a very fine young woman. I've never met anybody like her before in my life.
Yeah, well, it was quite a sight watching you stack those tomatoes, Doctor. Real neat.
It's part of my job.
You have fallen for that lady, and you like it here. It's peaceful. And you don't want to give it up, do you? Not yet. Now, you listen to me, and you listen good. Edward and I have worked way too hard in Port Charles, convincing the police that John Donnelly murdered you. Now, any day now, the police are going to arrest him. And when they do, I got to be able to go to him and offer him the deal. And when then he offers to give us our money back, I got to be able to deliver you in a moment's notice. You got that?
When?
Any day now. Alan, do you understand me?
Except for my sons, I have no reason to go back to Port Charles.
The money. That's the name of this ball game. That and some personal revenge for you.
I found out that money isn't all that important to me anymore, Jimmy Lee.
Alan, it is to me and it is to Edward. Now you do as I say. I'm gonna blow your cover right here, right now.
You wouldn't.
Well, you bet I would. How do you think that lady would feel if she found out that you've been lying to her all this time and your name isn't Simon? That you got a wife and 2 kids and you're a prominent doctor in General Hospital.
Steve.
Yeah.
I heard Monica's had a hard time lately. Is that true?
Yes, I'm sorry to say.
The police can't think she had anything to do with Alan's death.
Well,
Unfortunately, her relationship with Sean Donnelly has put her in a bad light with the police.
So you thought your housekeeper broke your Mexican pottery cup?
Yeah, that's right, and I thought nothing of it. Could we move on? What else, huh?
All right, what about Alan Quartermaine's parachute?
Oh, yes. How did it get in my warehouse?
Mm-hmm.
The answer to that is somebody put it there. I don't know who. I did not.
So you never saw it before?
I can't prove that I didn't know it was there. But believe me, Captain, if I had found that parachute first, I would have turned it over immediately to Chief Devane. Look, I am being set up, and it's an amateur job, too.
What about your conversation with Monica Quartermaine on the tape? Amateur job?
No, not quite.
And what about those words, that phrase you used? Once we get rid of Alan, amateur job?
Look, I was referring to Monica's divorce from Alan. Look, how many times do I have to answer the same questions? If you add them all up, I've been consistent. Now, as a rule, that usually goes hand in hand with the truth.
Well, there aren't too many rules where murder's concerned, Mr. Donnelly. You know, it's not exactly legal.
Well, I'll tell you something else. You know, this constant questioning of me borders right on police harassment. That's not exactly legal either.
There's a reason.
Well, I would love to hear the reason.
My answer's got to be off the record.
Fine, you never said it. Now, what's the reason?
Anna Devane.
What about her?
She's trying to find something to clear you.
Oh, thank the Lord for Anna.
That's why I keep going over the old ground over and over again, trying to jog your memory so you remember something you forgot to tell us, something you overlooked. You know the routine.
Yeah, I know. I do.
Well, then you probably know as well as I do that Chief Devane's under a lot of pressure from the Quartermaines to arrest you.
Yeah, I know. I also know that she's also under an awful lot of pressure from other so-called citizens groups.
Well, the fact is, she may not have any alternative, Mr. Donnelly.
Yeah, I know.
So, do you want to go over these questions one more time?
Yeah, of course.
Jake, I just told the doorman a while ago I didn't want any visitors.
Well, you'll see me. I am here, and I'm not leaving until I get some answers from you. I want to know why you've been avoiding me all week. What's going on?
When it comes right down to it, it's none of your debt.
It is my business. I represent Monica.
You know, that's just the point, isn't it? I'm under enough pressure from the police. I certainly don't need Monica's lawyer on my back, too.
Tough, Sean. I've got some questions, and I want some answers.
You and the rest of the world.
I want to show you something.
What?
It's a letter written by Alan to Monica before he died. Here, take a look.
I've already seen it. Monica showed it to me.
He makes quite a few accusations in here, Sean.
You know, all that letter proves is one great big lie. Monica knows that. I don't know why she didn't tell you.
Well, maybe she doesn't quite believe that it's all one big lie.
She knows me. She knows I'm not a violent man. Never have been, never will be. I would not have harmed a hair on Alan's head, except in self-defense.
What about Monica?
What do you mean, what about Monica? What is all this? I mean, you asking me whether or not I think that she killed Alan? Come on, you're her lawyer.
That's right, and I'll be your lawyer, too, if it comes down to it. But I've got to know what's coming down, Sean. I've got to know the truth. The truth from you and the truth from Monica. I mean, come on, Sean, let's face it. I stood there in my office and watched her attack Alan. She tried to choke him to death.
Oh, come on, Jake. She couldn't have done it in the first place. Alan is too big a man. And besides, he goaded her into it. I mean, don't you see what is happening? He is setting us up. Doesn't anyone see that? Anyone?
I do see it. I see it as a possibility. I don't see it as fact.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Question.
Go ahead.
Is there any truth to Alan's accusations that you stole the Quartermaine fortune?
Absolutely not. Did I dislike the man? Yeah, I disliked him. Did I kill him? No. Don't you see what's behind all this?
Tell me.
Alan flipped out. And now he's having the last laugh from the grave, trying to put me in jail if he can.
Well, Sean, I can't say that I knew Alan Quartermaine very well as a man, but I can't believe that he was this devious.
Yeah, but there is a devious mind at work here. If it wasn't Alan's, maybe it was Edward Quartermaine.